This is an official message issued by the Office of Civic Safety. Please remain calm. Do not leave your homes. This is not a drill. At approximately 6:43 p.m. this evening, multiple reports were filed concerning anomalous shadow behavior in several neighborhoods across the district. Initial calls described a delay in movement between individuals and their shadows. Witnesses observed shadows lagging behind normal motion by several seconds. These accounts were confirmed via surveillance footage from nearby traffic cameras. You are advised to closely observe your own shadow. If your shadow mimics your movements normally, you are safe for now. However, if you detect even a slight hesitation, if it seems to lag behind a step or twist its shape independently, do not engage with it. Remain still. Close your eyes. The shadow cannot act if it is not seen. Further incidents have revealed a disturbing trend. Once the delay exceeds 7 seconds, the shadow begins mirroring movements you haven't made yet. Victims reported seeing their shadow raising a hand when their own arm remained at their side. One subject began crying uncontrollably after his shadow turned its head to look at him. At 7:12 p.m., Officer Caleb W. responded to a 911 call at a residential home in Northbridge. He described the shadow of a teenage girl standing still in the hallway, even as the girl herself was locked in a trembling panic. Her shadow's arms were extended upward, long fingers scraping the ceiling. When Officer W. attempted to move the girl, her shadow did not follow. The officer was last heard on radio saying, "It's not hers anymore. He has not been found." We repeat, if your shadow moves without you, do not try to run. Running only feeds it. Research personnel now believe this phenomenon is contagious through visual contact. Those who have seen a corrupted shadow begin to experience delays in their own. Family members, pets, and reflections may display signs within hours of exposure. Several cases have reported shadows splitting, one remaining in place, the other peeling away to follow behind the observer at a fixed distance. Do not interact with your reflection. Do not attempt to step on your shadow. Do not try to film it, it knows. At 8:03 p.m., a school janitor locked himself in a supply closet after the entire west corridor of Lincoln Middle appeared to darken despite functioning lights. His final communication: they're walking without feet. Security footage confirms multiple human-shaped silhouettes drifting along the hallway, detached from any physical form. One paused in front of the camera for 6 full minutes, standing still, arms at its sides. Its mouth opened, but no face was visible. Light sources do not stop them. They are no longer bound to surfaces. Some have begun crawling across ceilings. Some have learned to knock. If you are hearing scratching at your window or door, do not look. That is not a tree branch. That is not the wind. It wants acknowledgement. It needs your attention to fully emerge. The current hypothesis is that these are not shadows at all, but residual entities from an earlier existence, clinging to the shapes we cast. They grow more confident with each moment we hesitate, each second we stare too long. Once they begin moving on their own, they do not stop. Please avoid looking directly at your shadow between 8 p.m. and sunrise. If possible, extinguish all overhead lighting and remain in dim, indirect illumination. Under no circumstances should you attempt to speak to it. One final warning: if your shadow begins to smile, close your eyes. Do not open them again. It is already standing in front of you, and it no longer needs light to exist.